All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cat Talk here on GreenCountyHeraldOnline.com. I'm Russell Turner. I'm here with my good friend and athletic director, Nick Chatham, and we are glad to be back doing Cat Talk. It's been a while, Nick. Took a break.
It has been. We've been trying to catch up with one another and just schedules and the holidays. We just took a break, but like I said, it's great to be back.
Yeah.
A lot to catch up on.
A lot to catch up on. We, when we left, we were getting into the heart of basketball season. And we'll talk about that a little bit more here with when we get to visit with DayDay in a few seconds. But we were in the heart of basketball season at the end of soccer season. So, I mean, it's been a lot going on.
It really has. You know, our soccer teams just finished up their season. The girls finished second in their division, and the boys won their division. So we're super proud of both of those. I mean, that's not an easy task to finish 1 or 2 in the division. And we were able to host a home playoff game with the boys, and unfortunately, they lost 1-0 to a really tough Summerall team, and the girls had to travel to Summerall and play them as well, and they lost a good game as well. But we're really super proud. Anytime we can have a team represent our school in the playoffs is a good thing.
Yeah. Well, and talking to both coaches, they kind of expressed the same thing. They're both extremely proud of the way, you know, and if you're not involved in it every day, you don't realize the obstacles that all these teams are having to overcome related to COVID. And you know, to hear them talk about their players and seeing their players stick together and continue to grow, it makes you even more proud of the team. Now, I know both of them would have loved to have gotten that win, but you know, that's how it goes. Sometimes it don't.
Well, you know, in soccer and a couple of the other sports, they only take 2 teams in the playoffs. So it's a little bit more difficult to move out of the first round.
Right.
You know, you think of the first round in many sports like football or baseball or basketball as kind of being an easier round, but in soccer you're playing either number 1 or number 2 seed in that first round. So that's kind of what we ran into, and we'll talk about in a minute with DayDay. We'll talk about the divisions and how tough those are. That plays a factor in it as well, but a lot to look forward to in the future. I've said it before, our soccer facility is second to none when it comes to high school facilities, and we're
getting better every day.
Super proud of that, and just our fans, and it was a good season. It really was.
Yeah, and you know, looking forward to next year. There's going to be some good kids coming back to play, so hopefully we see that can continue to grow.
That's right.
We were not in this season when we left, but we've also now started powerlifting season.
That's right.
And Greene County, of course, has had a pretty good track record in powerlifting, particularly on the girls' side. I think this year we've only got 1 female competitor in powerlifting, but our boys competed and did real well, and are now getting ready to compete again, I think on Saturday.
I think it's two Saturdays from now, maybe. But I think it's the 12th, I believe it is. But yeah, you're right. They went down there, and powerlifting is kind of a newer thing here at Greene County. But talking with some of the coaches, Coach Tadlock is the head coach of the powerlifting team. And just the experience that the kids get to go down there, and everybody's in a gym, and there's techniques to it, and there's judges there, and there's weigh-ins, and it's a really good experience for our kids. And we did go down and had a very good showing, and some of our kids are going to be able to advance because of that. Also been working here in the past week. We have a girls golf team this year. First time in many years that we've had that. We've got 1 girl on it. Miss Jennifer Pulliam at McLean, her daughter is going to be the golfer, so we're excited about that as well.
Okay, I got to know that. Have you volunteered to be the coach? I mean, because I know
she's the coach. Miss Pulliam is.
I know how you like to hit them.
Yeah, I love to play golf, but it unfortunately coincides with baseball season. So.
Well, I'd love to see that continue to grow too. You know, that we could spend all day talking about that specific thing. But like I say, there's a bunch going on.
There is.
You know, school started back and just has been on a tear. There's been so much going on out here. Like we'll talk about in a minute. They announced the senior class finishers and how that's working out. So a whole lot to talk about. A whole lot to get back to. We'll talk to DayDay here in a minute about basketball, and then we'll wrap it up with a little bit of upcoming sports.
All right, sounds good.
All right, folks, we'll be back in a second.
If you've suffered an injury and are seeking justice for that injury, you don't have to leave town to find a personal injury lawyer. You need to call Joe Beard with Beard & Stewart's Attorneys at Law. Hometown lawyers helping hometown folks. Give Joe a call at 601-394-5900. And remember, go Cats go!
All right, welcome back, folks. We are joined here again today with Mr. DayDay Johnson. Real name is
Fredrick.
Mr. Fredrick Johnson. He is our valedictorian this year here at Greene County High School, and we, we talk a lot. We use the term student athlete a lot around here, but we don't give a lot of attention to the student side of it here on Cat Talk. But that's what we want to do today, and we're proud of DayDay and the way that he represents our school. And we just want to ask him a few questions and find out. DayDay, first of all, tell us where did you get the drive to be the valedictorian? Because that's not something that just happens.
I got the drive just from my family. That was a goal that I set out when I graduated 8th grade. Because 8th grade, I was number 2 to Bailey Wilson, and then I set a goal. I wanted to be Mr. GCHS, valedictorian, and class president all 4 years at high school, and I was just dead set on getting that, no matter what it took.
Did you get it? Did you get the other components?
Yes, sir.
of it?
Everything.
Wow.
Then I set my goals in 8th grade graduation. Walking out there, that's what I said. Everything I wrote on a piece of paper, had it on my wall.
Well, that's the thing. You got to speak those things to truth, and you got to write them down. I don't do a good enough job of that in my own life. I need to do a better job. But clearly, it works for you. I wonder more times, Nick, about what DayDay doesn't do,
right,
as opposed to what he does do, because he's into just about everything out here. He does a great job with just about everything he does. As a football player, just went off last night in a key playoff, a key region basketball game. We'll get to that in a minute, but tell us about what you're wanting to do now. You've achieved those goals. You're going to graduate top of your class. You're going to Ole Miss. You just talked to me about that. What do you want to do? What do you want to be?
My plan is to go to Ole Miss, and then I want to take either the pre-med or biology route.
Right.
So my highest goal is to become a pediatric surgeon, right, and to someday have my own practice, probably come back home and start my own practice. But so I'll just go to Ole Miss to do my pre-med biology and attend UMMC
right,
for go to med school, and then intern, find a hospital somewhere to work at, something like that.
Cool.
That's basically.
I wish I'd had everything figured out at his age like he does.
And I was going to say, don't get too sidetracked, because things are going to become a little more hectic and crazy now. So don't get too sidetracked if the path kind of goes like this to get where you want to go, because you might end up going to a different med school. You might end up getting, so you might decide to change from pediatrics to something else.
Sir.
I am interested as to why you chose pediatrics.
Because everyone tells me I'm good with kids. Most people say I want to be a teacher, and I always just wanted to be in the medical field because of me taking care of my grandmother.
Right.
And I love just everything as far as medical. No matter whether it's nursing or whatever, I just want to be in the medical field for sure. I know that. And then since I'm good with kids, I feel like pediatrics, and then it's not enough pediatric surgeons in the world that's good with kids and that actually here to help kids and not just there to take the parents' money.
Right.
That's the way I see it.
I believe 100% you'll fulfill those goals just from hearing what you said about leaving 8th grade and writing down what you wanted to do. And that's what it's about, is having goals and having a direction. And we're super proud that you're going to be representing us. Somebody's got to represent that university out there.
Yes, sir.
But also like to say,
Well, I will say this before you go any
Okay.
further. I have to say that with all the infusion of Greene County people up there with Randy Pierce on staff and all the students that we got up there, Greene County is elevating, Oxford and Ole Miss, and that's a hard thing to do.
There's some good there.
But,
that's right. Would you like a sip of coffee, Dad? No, but we really are proud of DayDay, and I'd like to say this: we're proud of all of our students. If you look at the top 10, usually every year, there's just decimals separating 1 from 10. So all those guys have worked hard, and DayDay just happened to be on top, and we're proud of all of them. So.
Well, I am absolutely proud of you from what I've learned about you and getting to know you. And I know you've talked about family today, and we could spend all day talking about what that's meant to you. But we are certainly proud of you, of the person you've become and the student athlete you've become. And I know Nick said we were going to concentrate, on academics.
No, we're going to talk about
it.
it.
I want to talk about last night. So it's Wednesday. The Cat Talk will be released a little later this week, but it's Wednesday morning here at the high school. And last night, DayDay led the Wildcats in a double overtime win, and I think led in scoring and missed a double-double by 2 boards.
Yes.
So tell us all about that. A huge game.
It was a huge game. It was loud. It was like one of the best, probably one of the best games I've actually played in, other than our West Jones game, and then it was like we went in the game thinking to just get over this hump because we've been losing I don't think we have won a district game, and that was our main goal, was to come in and just beat them out there, off the jump. But we was just like going back and forth all throughout the game. And then we had our double. When we got into overtime, it was just like we just gotta win. I hurt my shoulder last night. After I came out, Mom was like, something must happen to you, because after you came out, you just like started balling. You was like a different person. And it was like a huge game. The crowd, baseball boys, and our girls basketball team, they were just like egging it on. It was just loud. That was the loudest gym I've ever been in.
And that's what it should be. We talk about come out and support the kids, but you hear it right here from one of the players how important that is to him. One of the best games he's ever played in because of that fan factor. And that's why we encourage people to come out and be a part of the game and watch the game, because it makes a difference to the kids when they see those people in the stands there rooting for them. And I would venture to say we won that game last night because of the crowds.
Yeah, the environment.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, and because of 14 points and 8 rebounds from DayDay. And that's the thing, and I hope you take this the way I mean it. I think you went into the season knowing that you had a certain role.
Yes.
And that you had to be successful in that role. And sometimes that did not mean you were going to get all the scoring opportunities and all of that. But last night when your team needed it, you showed you could take the ball and put it in the basket and grab some rebounds. And I just think that's great. And it just speaks once again to, the person you've become. So that puts us in a situation where we're either 4 or 5 now.
That's right.
And I think girls are probably in a similar situation.
Yeah.
I'll
say it's when we switched divisions, basketball definitely got the raw end of the deal. They've got a tough division. I mean, that's a basketball division. Our girls team and our boys team are really good. Don't let the record fool you into thinking they're not.
Well, I think that's the thing. If we can get into the region tournaments, get us a win, and somehow figure out a way to get that to the playoff level.
Yes, sir.
Then, I think when we match up against other regions, just by going, that whole expression of, trial by fire,
right.
I think we're going to be ready to compete, because there's not a tougher division in 4A basketball than the one we play in. And it's kind of like week in, week out, that's what you face.
And I'll say this for encouragement's sake, we've been in that tough division in baseball the last 4 or 6 years or so, and several occasions our number 4 seed in our division would go beat in the first round of the playoffs a 1 seed.
Sure.
Because, I think 2 years ago we were the 3 seed, went and matched up with a team that was 28-2, and we're sitting at 500, and we take 2 out of 3 from them just because the record is not indicative of how good of a team is. So
you just have to show up at that game and do what you're supposed to do.
Sure, absolutely. Well, one last question about basketball. I know it's your senior year. It seems like to me we've got a basketball team that gets along well, encourages each other.
Yes, sir.
So talk a little bit about that, about how it feels to finish your basketball career at Greene County on a high level.
Yes, I wouldn't want to finish it with any other people. Like, we had 3 transfers. Had Lou from Perry Central, and then we had Zane and Denham from Wayne County. Right. And everybody came in, like, we're all like together as a team. We were like, it's like a family. Yeah. And I was telling them in the locker room the other day, we had a problem with like cleaning up, and I was telling them, like, this is a household here. We're brothers. We're all brothers and family and friends, and we're all gonna clean up after each other. We're gonna do everything together. We're gonna play on the court together. That was another thing we had to get together to come out with a win, was playing together instead of being selfish and playing for yourself or doing different things. And that kind of like helped pump. We had like a bunch of leaders, Connor, Lou, Denham. Denham is like basically our top leader. He's going to take control over everything and make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to do.
He's fun to watch too.
Yes, sir.
Well, can we figure out a way, like in college, to get him a 5th year eligibility? Man, I'm proud of you. I really am. It's been my pleasure to get to know you, and thank you for being on today. And I'm sure before graduation comes around, we'll have you back.
Yes, sir.
He's our first 2-time guest.
That's right. Folks, we'll be back in just a few minutes. Stay with us.
Yes, sir.
The mission of Greene County Farm Bureau is to provide you with unmatched customer service and attention. If you're looking for home, auto, or life insurance, you should definitely give Jared Lott or Tyler Bray a call to learn more about the full line of insurance and financial services they have available. It's easy to find out if you're getting the type of coverage you need at the best possible rates. Just drop by and see Jared or Tyler at 812 Main Street in Leakesville or give them a call at 601-394-2801.
All right, welcome back, folks. As we close up this morning, just like to say how great it was to have DayDay on, as we mentioned, our second time guest that we've had, if I'm not mistaken. And he's a great interview, very well-rounded young man. It's obvious he's got a bright future ahead of him.
You know, a good kid, a good student, a great team player, as you noted, a leader. Talks about how much his family has meant to his development. And so I really like the young man a lot. And, I hope that he reaches all of his dreams and comes back to Greene County, because I'd like to see him here.
Right. What I love about him most is he is that well-rounded, athletically, academically, personality-wise, but it's just as humble as he could be.
Oh, yeah.
He's not going to be the outspoken, got to be heard kind of guy.
Yeah.
He just goes about his business and he likes to help people.
Yeah, you just hit the nail on the head. I mean, that's exactly how he is. And as an offensive lineman in football and as a post player in basketball, once again, he realized he was not going to be the face of the team, but he was the leader of the team. And,
That's right.
Throughout the season, he played a role and he played it well, but then all of a sudden he showed he can play. He can put up points and drag down rebounds. So I'm happy for him, proud for him, and I'm proud for the basketball programs as well. So hopefully things will get going. Now, having said that, it's warm today, but it's almost cold enough to play baseball and softball. Right. And right around the corner, 2 weeks out?
We're less than 2 weeks out.
2 weeks out from getting the 2022 baseball and softball season started. And we'll have Coach Barham on here in a week or so, make sure we get him on. And I'm going to have a guest interviewer to come on and take care of Nick when it's time for that. But, I know you are excited. Tell me a little bit about looking forward toward the season.
Yeah, right now we're just in that mode, trying to make sure everything's ready. Facilities are ready and they're clean, and trying to, the state only allows us so much that we can practice after school, and we're trying to get all that in right now. And it's just this is the hustle and bustle of our season, really. And just trying to get people ready. We're still softball's dealing with this and baseball's dealing with this. We're still sharing athletes.
Right, sure.
I still got guys in the gym that are playing basketball, and every chance they get, they're coming out hitting and pitching. And Coach Barham's in the same boat. He's got girls playing basketball, and they're trying to get work in and things like that. So it's a process for sure. But we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, and Coach Barham has a little bit different situation than you do, because you have a true junior high team, but he brought up some junior high players last year that became starters and are going to be a big part of his program as 8th and 9th graders this year. So he's dealing with a little different, situation.
That's right.
But I'm excited about it. I think we've got great opportunities in both sports. We still got some tough schedules, and I know how you schedule. You don't I don't know why you schedule that way, but we're going to play some tough teams, and Tyler's done the same thing on softball. So I'm excited about it. Tell us about a couple of the maybe a couple of the players or a couple of the matchups that you see coming that are going to be important to baseball.
Well, as far as matchups, we're super excited about our opening week tournament that we're going to have.
Right. First time to do this?
Oh yeah, first time to my knowledge, and this is my 6th year, and I've never done it, and it's been a headache. I'm gonna be honest with you to put it together, but it's going to be a big deal for our school. We've got 12 other schools coming in Monday through Friday. I'm playing here 2 games a night, and when we say other schools, we're talking big time baseball schools: Oak Grove, Van Cleve, Summerall, Petal, places like that, Pascagoula. And then on Saturday, we're going to go down and play at MGM Park at the Biloxi Shucker Stadium. So that's kind of, you asked about a matchup, but right now that's what we're excited about.
That's what you got to focus on.
And we'll play 4 games that week. We'll play Oak Grove, and we'll play Gaucher, and we'll play Resurrection. So,
but you'll be here every night making sure
we'll be here every night.
It comes off right.
That's right.
Now, I think I don't really remember, but Tyler's got a opening season tournament as well.
I'm not sure. I haven't.
Well, we'll have him on to talk about that.
Right.
but like I say, a lot going on. We got 2 seasons that are about to get started. A couple of things such as basketball and powerlifting that are kind of coming to an end. So the next several weeks at Greene County High School are going to be exciting. And, I'm ready to get it going. And like I say, I've never been colder than in a baseball dugout in February, other than being on the soccer sideline in December or January.
Yep.
So,
And you'll have the preview coming out soon.
absolutely, have the preview. We're starting to work on that now. Excited about that because you know I love to talk to these kids, and
Right.
it's exciting to me to hear their perspective, and I enjoy being out here around them, and they kind of fuel something for me. And so it's good. I hope that our readers enjoy it. I know we got a lot of parental support on the project, and it's just a good way we look at it. It's a good way to just once again elevate these kids, lift them up for what they're doing, and that's what really how this show got started. That's what we want to do.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you talk about the preview in the newspaper. How many moms are sitting there somewhere right now that still, their kids are 50 years old, but they still have newspaper clippings of that preview. So it's not just a one-year deal. It's something that carries on with them.
It has, and oddly, we talk about that, and I get asked all the time about the influence of social media and things like that on my industry, and newspaper folks are still trying to figure that out. But what you just said is absolutely right. Just this last weekend, my wife brought out some from our kids, and it's something tangible. It's something you can hold in your hand and you can go back and look at, and we just get a kick out of doing it.
Well, my favorite section at the Greene County Museum is the old newspaper archives that you can go and look at. So that's really cool.
Well, Nick and I could sit here and ramble all day long. We've missed each other, missed the opportunity to do this. It's good to be back doing it, and hopefully we can get started. We do have some plans in store once again to kind of take this show to a little bit of a different level. So stick with us, please. And you have any ideas, get with Nick.
That's right. Let me know and tell people about it. Tell them to watch, and we're looking forward to what's in the future. So,
well, good deal. Anything else?
That's it.
Folks, once again, thanks for checking us out on Cat Talk this week. We'll be back. Have a good, safe weekend.
Here's a scenario. Work has sent you cross country. You drive 2,000 miles, eat something that resembles food, and seal the deal with a room full of strangers. Now you have a big old check, which means you hold in your hands the future of your company. But wait, you have the Singing River Federal app, which means you and thousands of others like you can bank wherever you are. So no more worries, except for whatever you ate. Singing River Federal, the better way to bank, wherever you are.